Pattie with livingvidaloca.com, and it is the start of the new year and the chicklets still have 1 week left of vacation break. So winter break, 3 weeks total. They still have 1 week to go and I'm kind of running out right now. So the first 2 weeks, thankfully, were like the holidays. So it was like all craziness. It's really like watching movies and making, you know, gingerbread trains and lots of family. But now I need to get them back into like school mode. So Macmillan was amazing. So thank you so much, Macmillan, for sponsoring this video. They sent us a bunch of books to kind of get us started on that. And this is all part of their Reading Without Walls. And you can actually get this activity guide on macmillan.com, and I will make sure to put that link in there. So yeah, so it's a free program, and all it really is kind of just a way for kids to really read without walls. So I don't know how your chicklets are, but mine are very much like I'm going to read the entire series of whatever it is that they're reading, and I'm going to read it about a zillion times, and I refuse to read anything else. So when I was in high school, I had this teacher, Mr. Harris, and I actually asked him, because back then all I was reading was Danielle Steele. Like, that is all I read unless it was in sight reading. And so I asked him, I was like, well, is there really anything wrong with just reading Danielle Steele? And he's like, well, it's kind of like just having a diet of jelly beans. Like, it's not gonna kill you, but you probably shouldn't be doing that. So that has stuck with me forever. So I've gotten off the whole jelly bean diet, and I would literally read anything. And I love to read, and unfortunately I don't have as much time as I used to, but I love to read. So so Reading Without Walls is this whole program that they have, and it was started by, let's see, it was started by one of the national ambassador, Jean Lun Yang. And he kind of, you know, like, there's 3 different things. One of them is to read a book about a character who doesn't like you, who doesn't look like you, who doesn't look like you or live like you, or read a book on a topic that you don't know much about, or read a book in a format that you don't normally read for fun. So like a chapter book, a graphic novel, a book and a verse, like a poetry or an audiobook. So really just exploring everything else that's out there and trying to just discover something new. So I have a couple of favorites that my chicklets like in the back, and these are already out in stores. So if you guys have like children from like ranging like from like young adult to like just starting to read, they have some good ones behind me. But I'm also going to show you a couple of them that are coming out soon, and I thought that would be a lot of fun. So actually these are already out. So these are I'm going to start with like the youngest, the younger ones. I'm really bad with saying names, so please forgive me. Emma Circus by Candace Fleming, and the pictures are by Christine Devenir, and the pictures are gorgeous, which is why I really like this book. So it's about this girl who's never been to a circus, and then one comes to town, and lo and behold, she loves the circus. So but I mean, I'm really liking the pictures. I love the way that everything looks. So this one is a big hit for me. It's super colorful, and we all know that, like, the young chicklets love colorful stuff. Wet is another one, is a very good one actually, because this one is very easy to read. So and it's very simple. So I love the whole, like, I would love to be able to like cut out these pictures and like frame them, because they're just very simple, very clean, and they would look like great artwork on your walls. So I like that, and it's very easy. So if your chicklets are just starting to read, this is simple enough that they can actually read it on their own. And then this is a new one that's coming out. This one is out on January 23rd of 2018. It's called Little Sid, the Tiny Prince Who Became Buddha, and this is written by Ian Landler and illustrated by Xanth Buma. So this is also very easy to read. It does have it has very interesting pictures, so there's a lot of details in them, and if you want to kind of just spend the time and like look at them. I love the color theme, so it's not like they're all kind of in the same family, and it kind of introduces chicklets to another culture. So I'm all about books that introduce kids to other things that they wouldn't normally see in like everyday life. So this is really good. These 3 books are really good. for if you're looking for new books to read this year. So these are the little ones. So my 10-year-old reads these, and this is these are like comic books, and my 6-year-old reads them too. So these are comic books, and they feature like hamsters. I don't know what he is, like a hamster that is like solving mysteries, and it's like in a graphic novel kind of a thing. So you're getting like a full book, but you're getting a lot of pictures along the way, which I think really keeps them interested. And this one actually is part of a series. So there's also the Great Pet Escape, which I guess is the first one, and this is the second one. So these are really good ones because they're easy to read. They're really thin. They're paperback, so like literally my chicklets just have them all over the car and they're fine. They're not gonna get damaged. Okay, then I also wanted to show you this one, Kylie the Kitten, Fairy Animals of Misty Wood, and this is by Lily Small. So what I like about this one is that, first of all, the cover art is so pretty. It's all glittery. It has like super cute animals. So if your chicklets are into animals, they have, this is a series and there's actually like 10 of them, 2, 4, 6, yeah. So it's like 10 of them, which are, and they all feature like a new character. So, and they all have like the big eyes, and they have like the fairy wings, and they're all, because they're all fairy animals. And so these are pretty easy, and I like that because it's kind of one of those like transition when I'm starting to read chapter books. The letters are big. There's still pictures in there every once in a while, and they look like they're pencil drawn. So the kids really like that because it kind of gives them a break from like reading so much, because you know, every few pages you see a couple of pictures. So and also at the end there's little activities. So you can do like all these little things once you're done with them. Spot the difference. So that's fun. And again, this is a whole series. So if your chicklets are one of those where like, I'm going to read the entire series right now and I cannot read anything else, this is a good one. Okay, this one is for ages 6 to 9 years old. It's recommended for ages 6 to 9 years old. It's called Drummer Girl by Yasmin Toguchi. Drummer Girl by Debbie Michiko Florence, and pictures by Elizabeth Vukovic. I think I butchered that. Okay, so this is a little bit more words. There are still some illustrations in there. So this is one of those like kind of your reading chapter books now. And this one is about it's like an 8-year-old girl who's like doing a talent show, and she wants to drum, and a Japanese drum. So that's like introducing a whole other culture. So and actually it looks like the author is a 3rd generation Japanese American. So that means she brings a lot of her personal, you know, history and all that into it. So this is book 4 is going to come out in July 2018. And so this must be book 3. And it's on sale on April 3rd. So once you read this, you'll be able to see like the other one. I mean, you'll be able to read the other one like a couple months later. So this one is really cute. And it's not just like a girl book, a boy book. Like it's really kind of like a gender neutral book. So this one is good. Oh, this one is called Hammy and Gerby. So, you know, anytime there's anything like this, it's like a series, it's a collection. Mummies at the Museum. And this is by Wong Herbert Yi. So this one is on sale January 16, 2018. And also ages 6 to 9. And so this is about when like they're friends, they're going to be in class together, and then they go to the science museum. And so this one is really cool because my chicklet, my 10-year-old and my 6-year-old have always they've really got into graphic novels, and that's kind of what this is. So this one is graphic novels with a little bit more space in between the pictures. So it's not like kind of like the hamster one, or I don't know, the pet one, where it's like it's a bunch of pictures one right after another. This one kind of has more space. So but still it's a good it's good like you know, reading beyond the walls, reading without walls, right? And it's also not in color, so it's black and white. So I think it's kind of I mean, really, like the chicklets can even go as far as like coloring it in themselves if they wanted to. So this is it. It's a pretty easy read, and it would be good for like one of those homework assignments where you kind of have to read it like every day for the whole week, because it's a really easy read, and they'll be able to kind of like, the more they read it, the more they're going to notice about the book. So a good one. This is ages 7 to 10. It's Mix Up History by Abigail Adams, Pirate of the Caribbean. And this is by Steve Sheinkin. And it's a new chapter book series, and it's by a National Book Award finalist and author of Bomb. I'm not sure if you read that or if your chicklets read that, but obviously he knows what he's doing. This one is out January 9, 2018. And okay, so this one, I guess what it is like a bunch of different history characters mixed together. Let's see. So I guess this girl, Abigail Adams, decides that there's more to doing in the White House, so she opts to be a pirate. So this is the second book, and it uses real American history, so which is really nice because you're able to learn as you read. This one kind of it's kind of like funky because it has different text throughout the book, which I think kind of breaks up like the repeatedness. So that's really nice, and it has like some images in there. It kind of tells you about the pirate flags, and it uses words like thunderous, which it kind of like a good introduction to bigger words. And so it's pretty easy to read too. And then there's some history in it, which I think is really cool. Let's see. So this is part of a series book, and let me see if they show you. Okay, so fall 2018 is when they have the new one coming out. So if your kid is more like into history, if you want them to read a little bit something, make it more interesting, this would be a good one. This one's Open If You Dare. This one is actually out already, but the reason I chose this one because this one is for more like teens. But if your chicklets are into like kind of like a horror-ish or like a scary book kind of a deal, this one is good because it's about like these kids who go like on a mystery, like solving a mystery about some with clues left by a girl that had died like 40 years ago. So it's definitely really interesting to be able to see something like that. And it's obviously like a young adult book. So if your chicklets are like reading like more like chapter books and they're looking for something scary but not too scary, then this one is really good for them. And then we have two more, and these are all young adults, and both of these are out so this one's out January 2nd, and this one is for ages like grade 9 to 12, so definitely more high school. Let's see. So this one is about a 5th grader who I guess she's like just like everybody else in town until she discovers that she's not, because she's the youngest of 9 children, which, if you're the youngest of 9 children, you're not gonna have everything you want, right? So this one's about how just the overcoming. It's like one of those like coming of age stories where you kind of just discovering who you are and like learning her place in the world. So if you have like one of those kids who like kind of see themselves in everybody but don't really know who they are yet, which I think is like most kids, this one is good. It's called Snow Lane, and it's out January 2nd. And then finally I have this one, which is this is middle grade fiction, so I'm thinking like 7 through 9. This one is out ages 10 to 14 or grades 4 through 9, which is like a very big difference right there. This one is out in January 2018, and this one is more kind of like a sci-fi kind of a thing. What do you call it? Like fantasy, actually, because it's about fire and magic and summoning fire hair, which if your chicklets like the Harry Potter and like what is like the wizarding. No, that's the same thing, right? The Harry Potter thing. Okay, so anything that has to do with magic, maybe this is the one that you want to pick them up so they kind of get started on that. This is also a chapter book. It is a little bit lengthy. Let me see if it tells you how many pages. There's 288 pages. But I mean, if your kids are into that, or if they're not, now is a good time to read without walls. So we have a lot of books that Macmillan sent over. Thank you so much for doing that. And so there's a few here so that we can kind of encourage the chicklets to like read more without having to, these are more here, to read more about just different things that they wouldn't normally read about. Like maybe they want to see what it's like to read about the fantasy book, or maybe like what about finding about another culture, or hey, I never read a graphic novel before, how about I start with that? So, and really like it's really about trying to get the chicklets to kind of like go out of their comfort zone and really see if they can find something else that they wouldn't have fallen in love with. And because I mean that's really the only way you're gonna get to know if you like something, is if they're exposed to more things. So, you know, maybe they figure out that they really love graphic novels and now they're reading like the entire like Babysitter's Club series because they like that. So there's many different reasons why Reading Without Walls is one of my favorite programs because of that. So you can go ahead and go to the website to download this activity book, and inside this activity book you kind of you get to like kind of find some activities on how to like maybe somebody else recommends a book for you. This is kind of more of like a story narrator, you know, making your own graphic novel, designing your own reading badge. So there's different activities that you can actually get involved with, and maybe your local library or your school library has something like this. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm very excited. I would love to know what your chicklets love to read, because I am always on the hunt for new books, and usually I go by recommendations. So if you guys have any books that you would recommend for other people or like other people's kids to read, please drop them in the comments below, because I would love to hear more about that. So thank you so much for watching Pattie with livingmivida.com, and you can find me at Pattie Cordova or Living Me Vida Loca. We are very active on Facebook, so we're always posting comments and kind of getting people talking there. So would love it if you guys would visit us there. And if you're on YouTube, make sure to subscribe. So thank you so much for watching, and we will talk later.